The Illini show you exactly what a Big Ten team should look like against an FCS team. Locked On Illini, let's go.
You are Locked On Illini, your daily podcast on the Illinois Fighting Illini. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back to Locked On Illini. Thank you for making us your first listen every single day. Simple reminder, we're free and available wherever you get podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. My name is Sunny Verma. You can find me at IlliniCast, and you can find me at the Sunny V on Twitter. But more importantly, this week, I've started a Facebook page and an Instagram. So go ahead and search Locked On Illini. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback, and it's a way for you guys to interact with me back and forth. For those of you guys watching on YouTube, I apologize. As you can see, I'm back in my former stomping grounds for the holiday weekend, but apparently I forgot to pack the light and the camera with me. So I apologize slightly for the quality downgrade over this weekend, but I'll be back home, to my new home next week. But also, think of it this way. This is a perfect excuse for you to find me on your favorite audio platform, whether you listen to Apple Podcasts, whether you listen to Spotify, whatever it might be. Find us there. Hit that download button. Hit that subscribe button if you want to just stick with the audio version. Today's episode is brought to you by Ultimate GM. Ultimate College Football HD is a brand new mobile game that is completely free, has no ads, and is 100% playable offline. Use the promo code LOCKEDONCFB, all caps, inside the game store to receive a free boost to your program. Begin your coaching legacy today. That was fun, guys. 45-0 is 45-0. And quite honestly, that 45-0 victory could have been 65-0, 70-0. It was a purely dominant Illinois win. And sure, a lot of people, even on Twitter already, are harping back at me saying, hey, it's Eastern Illinois. Let's not get too excited. And relax. I'm not going to get too excited for this victory. But at the same time, I'm going to let myself feel good. If you guys recall, last year, after week one, we had a down-to-the-wire game against Toledo where we barely etched out a victory, 30-28. And I know you guys all remember what that feeling was like. At the end of that game, we're all wondering, oh boy, what kind of season are we in for? We don't have those type of vibes today. Eastern Illinois had a very good season last year. They have some very good players on their team at the FCS level. But they didn't belong on the same field as Illinois tonight. I'm not going to lie. I was nervous right off the bat. I think on our first drive, we punted. And then Eastern Illinois came back and was driving on us. They got into the red zone. And then Illinois was, fortunate enough, the defense, who I'm going to talk about in a little bit, was able to force a turnover. We got the ball back. And then from that point on, it was all Illini. 31-0, I believe, at halftime. Obviously, as I mentioned, 45-0 was the final score. Early on in the game, you can kind of see what the game plan was. Luke Altmaier, 4 touchdowns in that first half. Luke Altmaier was doing his best John Paddock impression. And it wasn't like he was even locked into just one wide receiver. Zachary Franklin, Pat Bryant caught an amazing touchdown. Malik Elzy made a couple of nice grabs, including scoring a touchdown. Tanner Arkin, his first catch led to a touchdown. Luke Altmaier basically played exactly the way I wanted him to play. Now, granted, a lot of these wide receivers were wide open. And he's not going to get those same type of wide open windows next week when Kansas comes to Champaign. But we knew that Illinois was going to win tonight. So regardless of that fact, I still wanted to see Luke play confidently, make the right throws. And that's what he did. All 5 running backs got on the field today. Brett Bielema made a mention of that. Caden Fagan got his first 100-yard rushing game of his career, and he looked every bit as dominant as I've been saying all offseason long. I genuinely think he's going to be one of the breakout stars of the Big Ten Conference this year. He's just, 6'4", 250 pounds. And it's not even that. Once he starts going, he's a wrecking ball. He literally looks like a Derrick Henry. Like he's getting faster and faster with each and every stride. But what I want to talk about right now is the defense. Forcing 4 turnovers, pitching a shutout. That's what we wanted to see today. We know the offense is going to be good. My prediction was literally that the offense would be one of the top 6 best in the conference. And I truly believe that. You saw a glimpse of it today. But it's the defense that I was worried about. Defense showed up. Defense played aggressive. And I really like a quote. I don't know the direct quote, but Brett Bielema essentially said after the game that the coaches on the defensive side, they heard about the defense all summer long. They know that they're under a microscope right now. And you know what? At least for 1 week, they performed extremely well. It's not about beating Eastern Illinois. It's about ultimately gaining confidence into what might be the most important matchup of the season next week against Kansas. Matthew Bailey, you see why Matthew Bailey is so incredibly important to this team. Just meaningful play after impactful play. On the defensive side, one interesting note was Gabe Jacks did play with his hand to the ground on the defensive line for the most part, and Brett did say that he thinks that's going to be happening more and more moving forward. I think the direct quote was something along the lines of him just being an excellent one-on-one player, and so expect to see that a little bit more moving forward. Tyler Strain was out with an injury, but Brett did talk about that. He should be back in practice this upcoming weekend. There should be no issues with the Kansas game. But, all in all, again, the defensive side of the football showed up today. Honestly, both sides of the football showed up today. But it's the defensive side that we're super concerned about the success of this upcoming football season. And we can at least say, after 1 week, Aaron Henry can sleep easy. Hey, Locked On Illini fans, I want to take a moment to give you a heads up on a brand new mobile game that I think you're going to love as much as I do. Ultimate College Football HC is in this amazing game and simulation. You get to step into the shoes of a head coach and lead your college football team to glory. Can you imagine actually being the head coach of the Illini? From recruiting players and hiring coaching staff to overseeing training camps and handling school scholarships, you control every crucial detail of your program. It's all in your hands. Will you be able to handle the pressure? And here's what I really love about the game. You're responsible for calling offensive plays during the games. Your strategy will not only determine the success of your football season, but will shape the future and legacy of your program. Ultimate College Football HC is completely free, has no ads, and is 100% playable offline. You can play on the go, as you want, and when you want to. And of course, we have a special offer for Locked On Illini fans. Use the promo code LOCKEDONCFB, all caps, inside the game store to receive a free boost to your program. Make sure to take advantage of this perk as it will get your team off to a strong start. To download the game, just visit ultimate-cfb.com or look it up on the app stores. Ultimate College Football HC. Begin your coaching legacy today. Now, in this segment, usually what I wanted to do was kind of highlight the best players of the game and, really highlight the player of the game. And there's so many options, especially in particular on the offensive side. You got Luke Altmaier, 19 for 24 for 213 yards and 4 touchdowns. Caden Fagan, again, as I mentioned, reached 100 yards plus for the first time in his career in 16 carries. Aiden Lawfrey, 10 carries for 79 yards. And on the receiving end, Pat Bryant, 5 for 63 and 2 touchdowns. Malik Elzy with 2 catches for 51 yards, including a touchdown, which was, I think, probably Luke Altmaier's best throw as a Fighting Illini. Let me know your feedback on that too in the chat, because I saw that, and that's where my confidence level in Luke raised a little bit. Because again, I think he's the key to having that offense reach the potential that I think it can reach. But yeah, I mean, all these guys on the offensive side, it was very well balanced. A lot of these guys got to play, but there's one person who I just want to hand the game ball to, and that's none of the guys I mentioned just now. I think the star of this game was Barry Lunny Jr. His game planning, his play calling was completely top-notch. They talked about it during the broadcast. Barry Lunny Jr. in his third year now as the Illini offensive coordinator he's settled in now. He knows what he's doing. He had a shaky start to his career in Champaign, but last year we finished as one of the better offenses in the Big Ten, and it looks like bringing a starting quarterback back, having your offensive line kind of settled right off the bat, having a great running back room, having an outstanding wide receiver room. Barry Lunny Jr. has talent that he's working with, and he's doing a fantastic job of working with them. Case in point, 45 points. We've talked about how the offensive side of football is going to be needing to carry and shoulder the load possibly this season. And I think at least after game 1, we've shown that we're capable of doing that. Yes, I know it's Eastern Illinois. That's not the point. Let me enjoy myself. It's a half hour past midnight as I'm recording this. So let me speak with hyperbole a little bit. I think Barry Lunny Jr. did a fantastic job. And again, we kind of spread it out through everybody. I really don't think we gave away too much of our game plan. Now that I think about it, the only complaint I have about this game, and I want to hear you guys' feedback too. I tweeted about this a couple times at IlliniCast. Some of these starters played well into the fourth quarter. I didn't understand that. The worst case scenario was for us to be up 38-0 and one of these guys to get hurt. Luke get hurt. Luke was limping in that first quarter. And I'm not going to lie, my heart skipped a beat or two. Imagine if something happened to Caden or one of the offensive linemen go down. Oof. We'd be in big trouble then. I wish Brett would have taken some of these guys out, but, he talked about it in the press conference. Someone asked him a question. He simply said that because of these game-breaking plays, like, Illinois just didn't have that many snaps. He wanted to get the offensive starters some time on the field, as many snaps as he can to get comfortable. Because, again, they've got a big matchup next week. You want them to be warmed up, which is fine, but it's fine because it worked out. Had someone gotten hurt, we'd be in trouble. But all in all, coaching, I mean, there's no way anyone can give anything but an A grade to the offensive coach, the defensive coordinator, and the head coach. This was just a very finely tuned performance by not just the players, but the coaching staff as well. The announced crowd at Memorial Stadium tonight was over 43,000 people, and hopefully we can have just about that many, if not more people, for the game against Kansas next week. And if you're looking for tickets, of course, you got to use the Game Time app. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. And that'll just about wrap it up for this quick postcast version of Locked On Illini. Thank you for putting up with this lack of light in the room, and hopefully the audio is okay for this particular episode. Again, I'm going to try to go live before and after each and every game. I couldn't go live before because I was traveling. I was coming back to Chicago for the holiday weekend. But I'm glad I got settled in. I got to watch the game. Nice 45-0 beatdown. This is exactly the type of start to the season that I wanted to see. Right now, there's nothing really I'm uneasy about when it comes to the team. There's questions I have. Terrence Brooks didn't really play till the fourth quarter, I think. Like, what was that all about? I thought he was solidified as one of the starters on the team. I don't know if it was injury or what it was, but I'll kind of go a little bit more digging into that. But that's all I have for you today. Please, on your way out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's the easiest way for you guys to support the channel, and it costs you guys nothing. Absolutely nothing. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's 45 minutes after midnight. Leave us a 5-star review if you're listening to this on the podcast. Send this to 5 of your favorite Illini friends and let them know that we exist. Again, I'm going to be trying to provide you Illini content daily, every single day, and I'm the only one out there doing that. And I'm going to continue to do that because you guys keep showing me support. That's all I have for you tonight. We'll catch up over the weekend. I'll look over game tape a little bit more and have a little more flushed out thoughts. This is more of a rapid reaction episode. I hope you all enjoy. Get some sleep. ILL. Love you guys.